Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and we welcome you to the newly formed, not really, NOFSRL channel. We got a combination channel once again, and if you haven't noticed, this is the old NRLOA channel that we used to have, but this time, it's now for the NOFSRL, so me and Marty are going to be using this channel. We might get some other NOFSRL members to join along as well. But this is going to be now, not necessarily the new home, but the next home for the qualifying sessions here on Napa Fan Series. So we begin with the Krystal Night Race and their qualifying session here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Of course, we did not have qualifying last week at the Rockingham Motor Speedway for the MRO 401, but we're going to have it for you this week. Krystal Night Race coming tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time over on Napa Fan. But here on the NOFSRL channel, we welcome you to this qualifying session here. Uncharted qualifying here, 5 minutes. 2 fastest times advance on, and will qualify along with the rest of the field. Julio Cesar, first driver out there on the racetrack. And his time is going to go to a 15.655. To see how that compares to everybody else. Of course, Bristol, the shortest racetrack we go to in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. One of the toughest places to pass in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series as well, which is why we're doing qualifying for this race. Julio Cesar and number 71 of Nick Smith, 2 fastest drivers at the moment. Still a couple guys yet to come onto the racetrack. Daniel Voiles, Angel Oliveira looking to get their times in. Julio Cesar faster again, and Nick Smith still second in the 71. Stephen Thompson not advancing his time. Nick Smith, now Zachary DeLello and Julio Cesar, the 2 drivers who would make it on. And Julio Cesar faster again. He keeps on getting faster than number 10 machine, 15.118. Now number 10 machine for Julio Cesar. He's been doing a great job in these qualifying sessions this season. He just got faster again! Each and every lap for Julio Cesar has been faster since he got on the racetrack. He's done like 5 or 6 laps, and each one of them has gotten faster than the one before. Christian Russell, now Zach DeLello back in there. DeLello and Cesar have actually tied for the top position. And we'll try to locate him. There's the number 67 machine of Zachary DeLello, tying Julio Cesar's time, and he's going to assume that that's going to be enough. I do believe Cesar is ahead of him in points, however, so if that tie were to be between second and third, I believe Cesar would get the tiebreaker and advance on to the race. Oh, and there it goes. Stephen Thompson just went to the top of the board, and now they are tied for the transfer position, and I do believe that Cesar has it. We're going to have to double check for you guys on that one. But Julio Cesar, Zachary DeLello are tied. We'll have to see if anybody else can beat Cesar's time, or even Thompson's time for that matter. But the number 97 looking pretty strong right now, and he just improved again, almost under 15 seconds here at Bristol. This is one really fast racetrack here. Half mile of mayhem. The last great Coliseum, and of course, tomorrow night, actually. Well, yeah, tomorrow night the real races begin. Tonight's the Truck Series in real life, so that's going to be fun. And Thompson just went under 15 seconds. Looking really sporty right there, the number 97 machine. Julio Cesar, where we're going to check the points right now for you guys as well, just to confirm, make sure we're correct on who makes it in. And that was a close one right there for Zachary DeLello, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it on. And Thompson, still the fastest, 14.985. So really, really good lap time there. And Cesar is going to break the tie, so we don't even have to worry about it. Angel Oliveira just went to third, so it would not have even mattered at that point anyway. So Cesar, along with Stephen Thompson, it seems like those 2 guys have qualified on together a couple of times this season. They've both been doing pretty good in their respective rides. And I guess it's kind of ironic because I just had dinner, I went to Wendy's, and I got a Mellow Yellow. So, you know, I guess it works out pretty well, doesn't it? And Stephen Thompson fastest in uncharted qualifying along with Julio Cesar. Both of those drivers looking to advance on. The time is almost out. And I believe they might have 30 more seconds after the clock runs out here. No, 18 more seconds left. Enough for these guys to complete their lap times. And no change on the leaderboard, meaning that Thompson and Caesar are going to advance on to the Krystal Night Race at Bristol. Both drivers still looking to become the first drivers to win multiple races, or should I say, to win a race. I said that completely wrong. Become the first uncharted drivers to win a race this season. We'll have to see what they do in qualifying. Steven Thompson, Julio Caesar, top two fastest, advancing on to the Krystal Night Race at Bristol. Let's go ahead and set the starting lineup here for the 24th race of the season in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, season number 8. Here we go, ready to set the starting lineup for the Krystal Night Race at Bristol. Gonna be a fun one. Tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 100 laps around the last grade Coliseum, but those 100 laps will go by fast, especially if we have a green flag race. We don't usually see this race go green flag too much, but it is possible it might happen, so we'll have to watch out for that. Of course, at this point in the season, we're really not even going to focus on the championship anymore because Nathan Baird comes into this race with the largest ever point lead in Chick-Fil-A Cup Series history at 103 points. And it's kind of unfortunate because everyone behind Nathan Baird is really tight in the championship. It's now John Arndt second in the points coming into this event, 103 behind, with Matthew Phillips 108 behind. Emily Anderson fell back to the 4th position, 109 behind, and Justin Roberts 5th in the points, 111 behind. But Nathan Baird has 100 points on the field. 27th in points is closer to 2nd in points than 2nd in points is to 1st in points. It is unbelievable what Nathan Baird has done this season in that number 40 machine. And I don't think we'll ever see it again. And out of a rookie driver as well. We have never had a rookie champion in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series before. It's looking like we might get one this season. And this is probably going to be one of the most hectic qualifying sessions you will see all season. Guys coming on the racetrack, coming off the racetrack. Let's hope they manage it. It looks like someone didn't manage it right there. Matthew Phillips in the number 15 has gone around. He's got a little bit of damage right there. There is the winner of this race last year, Jesse Turner in the number 77. Dominated this race last year. That was his last Chick-Fil-A Cup Series race victory. We'll have to see what he can do in the number 77 machine, possibly get this race victory. Michael Canto just went to the top of the board. Great run for Canto right there. Mitchell Henderson, Diego Yepes, Steven Thompson. Kukulon just went to 2nd right there. You got Tristan Allen in 6th. Roger A. Christian Master just went to the 6th position. Ace Garcia, Mark Davidson, Tristan Allen now top of the board. Of course, the fastest time that we gained in the uncharted qualifying session was under 15 seconds. And that was set by the guy who's now fastest, Steven Thompson in the 97. But Tristan Allen's looking pretty fast. He just improved his time in the number 3 machine. And, Tristan Allen's been doing an excellent job. Well, let me rephrase that. He's been doing a decent job this season. Not too bad, but almost won at Nashville. If you remember that race, I had to come down and led Seth Cole to getting the race victory. But he's right now got the fastest time. Roger Ray is now in the 2nd position. And Roger Ray won here in the Truck Series last year. Nathan Baird just went to 4th, and now he's 5th, tied with Christian Massa, but a really fast time for Nathan Baird. Silas Orta just went to the top of the board, beating his teammate Tristan Allen out. We'll see if we can find Silas Orta on the racetrack. There he is. Right there, the number 88, fastest guy in town right now, Silas Orta, and the number 88 for Beast Racing. Nathan Baird has fallen outside the top 10 at this point. He's right now 11th. Gotta think here, he's coming close to clinching. If he extends to 100 and, let me think here, get 46 for the win, plus a bonus point and another bonus point for leading the most laps. The maximum you could get in one race is 48 points. John Hart just went to the top of the board. He wants to put a fight up. Now that he knows he's in second in the championship, he wants to put a fight up on Nathan Baird, on the rookie. And John Hart did something very similar in the Truck Series last year. He was battling with Andrew Ross a majority of that season. And I think it was about with 3 races left to go. Andrew Ross had about maybe a 30-point lead or so. Of course, you have 5 races left here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, and John Hart's 103 points behind. It's going to take a lot for John Hart to have any chance, but it all's got to start somewhere, right? And John Hart, right now, the fastest guy here in Krystal Night Race qualifying. However, we've yet to have anybody go under 15 seconds. We're expecting somebody to do so in this session, as we saw it in the Uncharted session. So we'll have to see if John Hart's time will stand here. But very good time out of the Elijah Gordon Racing driver. Nathan Baird has now fallen to the 19th position, now 20th. So not the best of runs right now for our points leader. And what will probably end up being, who will probably end up being our eventual champion, Nathan Baird in number 40. But we're far from over yet. But like I mentioned, coming into this race, Nathan Baird with the largest points lead in Chick-Fil-A Cup Series history at 103 over this guy, who's now fastest, John Hart, in the 05. Have a little bit of a problem right there. The number 10 of Julio Caesar wrecked in turn number 3. We'll be seeing some spins and some wrecks tomorrow night. That's usually how it goes. Ace Garcia's got some damage. Of course, no matter what happens in the session, your fastest time stands, and that's where you start. These guys do not have to worry about wrecking out. If they've already got a fast time in, that fast time will stand, and that's what their qualifying time will be. John Hart here, he's got the pole right now by 1/1000th of a second ahead of Lucas Jacobson and Silas Orta, who are tied for second. Jesse Turner, last year's winner here, is currently, wow, the slowest guy in the field. I was not expecting that, but he just improved his time a little bit right there, tying with John Andrews. He's now tied 35th on the leaderboard. And we have a new fastest guy. That's Diego Yepez, the number 92. And it's not really a big surprise to see him do well in these qualifying sessions. He's been doing really good in qualifying this season. That number 92 for Full Frontal Motorsports, and that is by far the fastest time in this session. Somebody else, I think Daniel McMillan, who won here in Season 6 and finished runner-up last year. His 2 starts here at Bristol in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series have been first and second. So of all the guys coming into this race, he has the best average finishing position here at Bristol with a 1.5. And right now he's 5th fastest here in qualifying. Great run there for Daniel McMillan. Of course, Outer Island Motorsports and Beast Racing, the 2 3-car teams yet to win race this season. The only other team is Griffin Lynn Racing, and here's Alarvin Alonso, the single-car team. Kukalon just went to 3rd. Have to see where Nathan Baird is now. Baird is now 27th. He's falling back right now. We'll have to see if Nathan Baird ends up getting a good starting position. That could affect the championship. I mean, if he gets a couple of last-place finishes, or a couple of finishes outside the top 35 or something like that, things could get a little interesting come Homestead. But if he just continues with top 20s, if he goes top 20 the next 5 races, easy street championship for Nathan Baird. And it's been an unbelievable season for Kinghart Family Racing. Richard Kinghart, the owner of this team. Of course, Richard Kinghart going for his own championship in the Haas IndyCar Series on Saturday. So that's going to be interesting to see how that all goes down in Pocono. Looking forward to that race. There's the fastest guy, however, here in Bristol qualifying for the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, Diego Yepez in the number 92. And he's going to head down the pit lane. He is the only driver in this session under 15 seconds. So that car is definitely fast, and it could be a second Chick-Fil-A Cup Series victory for Diego Yepez tomorrow night. But he's got to maneuver 100 laps. We're going to see a lot of strategy. We're going to see a lot of Probably spins and wrecks. It's very possible we could see Wreckfest tomorrow. We just never know with Bristol. And you see right there, Jesse Turner getting loose. This is not the session he wanted to have. And a really poor session for Jesse Turner. Nathan Baird down the 31st. Not too good for Baird either. All these guys pushing it to the limit here tonight. And Chick-Fil-A Cup Series qualifying from Bristol. But it looks pretty evident at this point that Diego Yepez will be our pole sitter for the Krystal Night Race at Bristol. Once the clock runs out here, that'll do it. And the session will be complete. 10 seconds remaining on the clock. And Diego Yepez in number 92. This is at least his second pole of the season. Gonna get it, and he will lead the field of the green flag tomorrow. Up. So I have 18 more seconds left. This will be the official time. And right there, that's going to do it. Diego Yepez, your pole sitter for the Krystal Night Race at Bristol. With John Arndt going to be starting in the second position, even though he tied with Kukulon right there. Actually have quite a few ties, so this is not exactly how they're going to line up. You have to break those ties by points, so we're going to have quite a few of them to break here. Yepez will start on the pole, however, I can guarantee you that, and he will start alongside John Arndt. Kukulon will start third. Have to determine the points between Jacobson and Silas. Already got Justin Roberts starting up there. McMillan will start 7th. Brad Stover's going to be up there. Wyatt Quayle. Mitchell Henderson, Alonzo, and Seth Cole all tied for the 10th position. We'll have to see who got it between those guys. The rest of the qualifying results right there. A ton of ties in this session. That is how much they were pushing it right there. All taking their cars to the absolute limit. And we'll break all those ties for you, and you will get the official starting lineup tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, when the race begins here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. So thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Diego Yepez, and thank you guys for joining us here on the NOFSRL channel. Hopefully we'll get some more stuff coming up, not just from me, but from Marty as well. Looking forward to see what this channel can do in its second life, I guess you can say. Because the first time around it didn't really do too well, but with Marty on board here for the NOFSRL, I think we'll have some fun on this combination channel, this collaboration channel, I should say, between the two of us. So, looking forward to see what comes up here in the future. Congratulations, Diego Yepez. Bristol Night Race tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Napa Fan. I will see you guys later.